printf function from C, I need I still need to have some C involved here, and GCC will handle that for me. Okay, if we're doing this C free, then we don't have to use GCC. This, by the way, it's this step which is why we had to have a routine called main. Okay, because GCC wants there to be a thing called main. That's just the way GCC is set up. Okay. The assembly one, this. Okay, so the syntax is very similar to GCC. It's just AS instead of GCC. Okay. Yes, to produce the .o file, and then you link the .o file. Okay, when you GCC and you go from C to an executable, really three things have happened in the background. C to object code, or sorry, C to assembly, assembly to object code to linked executable. Okay, but when you do GCC, it just does it, and it appears to you that it's all happened in one step.
So you don't need to add the dash static for the assembly?
No, just for the GCC part, because it's statically linking it. There's no such thing as statically assembling. Okay, yeah. And the only reason we need the static here is because it'll make the printing a little easier to kind of step through in GDB. We don't really need it for the sake of the program, but to step through in GDB and understand what's going on, we do need that. Okay, so good. All right, so now let's execute it. And well, first off, let's just make sure it works. Okay, that's good. All right, worked, didn't core dump or seg fault or anything like that. Okay. All right, so now let's go into GDB with it. Okay, and so like before, I'm going to break at main, which was the beginning of the program. And if I list my instructions, right, then I see, well, okay, it lists 10 when you do this, and then it'll list the next however many. In this case, we only have 15 lines, some of which are blank, but there we go, okay? All right, so great, there's our program if we needed to reference it. So let me start running it, okay? And we are about to execute the first instruction. Okay, so what is in our registers? Okay, notice what our program counter is, 4005E8. Okay, and if we look back up here, this is the very first instruction, but we haven't actually executed it yet. Okay, this is what would be executed next. So our program counter starts at what